Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It is early here in Brussels, and if you've been watching the journey over the last couple of videos, you know that we are traveling from Prague through some parts of Europe, and our final destination is in London. I'm gonna load a lot of content once I get back, but I have decided, like, as part of this series, because we have had the most unique situation. It may not be unique, but I think it's a situation in that has taken our entire trip off course. And that is, what about trip cancellations, how to travel in Europe, things to look out for, just details like I always want to give you guys. So, like the title suggests, tips about riding the train in Europe that I want to share with you guys using a story that just happened to us, which is why we're getting a chance to spend this lovely day in Brussels in Belgium. So I was really excited about doing the trains. I've actually taken Eurostar, Eurail in the past, but it's been a while. But I was really excited about adding in the trains as one of the segments that we were going to do. Initially, we were thinking about catching it from either Prague to Paris or Amsterdam to Paris, but we decided, just based on our schedule a few days ago, that we were going to catch the train from Amsterdam to London. And just because of the options, we ended up having to take an indirect, meaning we were going to take the first segment to Brussels, change trains, and then continue from Brussels to London. So, first of all, I just want to highly recommend the train. They don't have a lot of pictures, but we will do a video on the train. But if you've been wanting to do a train experience, it really does give you, I always have something on my eye. It really does give you the feeling that you want with the train. We did the Premier Business Class. So essentially that is like a first class ticket, and they provide a meal on the train. Even at an hour and a half, you still get a full meal, which I have a very, I feel like I have a very open palate. I didn't love the food, so you may want to just do a regular class of service, because if you're banking on good food, probably don't even worry about that. Just bring your own food on the train, which is allowed. But the point of this story is, one of the biggest things that we were not aware of is that you actually have to go through customs when you have an indirect trip from one country to the next country. Now, for some of you guys, that may be like something that you just know on your own. But I, as you guys know, I do a lot of research, and this is something that I missed. So just like I give you guys tips, I also like to tell you when somehow in all of my research, it was never said that once we got off the train that you have to go to customs. So we had 45 minutes, and instead of even knowing to look for customs, we were looking for the lounge, which actually comes with the Premier Business Class. So we actually walked across the street, went to the Talus Lounge, looked for the Eurostar Lounge, and then came back in enough time to check in for our second leg, only to realize that we had to go through customs. So we went up to the platform one, thinking we might be able to quickly make it through customs. And the minute that we got to the customs agent, they didn't even ask. They just said, okay, what time would you like to leave tomorrow? So that was the indication that we were not making that train for the evening, and that we would have to catch the train out tomorrow, which is today, this morning. So we actually stayed here, which I love, at the Pullman Hotel right here in Brussels. And it actually worked out, because obviously if you're just going on casual trips and wanting to take in different areas, then fortunately for us, we didn't have hard plans that we had to make it somewhere. So we decided to move our ticket until noon or 1. So we are getting a little bit of time here this morning. Slept really well, really love this hotel. I'm gonna post a tour of this hotel, so that if you are staying in Brussels, or if you end up getting into a situation like mine, Or the third option is you decide to make a long stop in Brussels. This hotel is connected to the train and it's amazing. I love it. So it's not going to give you the feel of like, oh, near the train station options. But the main tips that I wanted to let you guys know is that I highly recommend doing the train journey. But please make a note that you will have to go through customs before you can resume your trip. Enjoy, and if you haven't already, this is a good time to subscribe because I'll be posting a lot of videos about the things that we've learned on this one. And by the way, still no luggage, so stay tuned to find out when we get it. Thanks.